Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you here again today, and today I'm continuing the series Deserving Christian with the number 4th video vlog, and what I will be discussing about is exercising faith in the face of retrogressive thoughts. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So I want to discuss about exercising your faith when you are actually having retrogressive thoughts running through your mind. Sometimes faith makes us do irrational things. We do irrational things when we have faith, and faith kind of provoke the believing spirit in us. So the question regarding this situation that I want to discuss about is it possible for one to have retrogression? We already know what retrogression is. I don't know, like, okay, you know what retrogression is. That's like going back, that's like going back to where you were before. The shit, like stuff that was already past, like not moving forward. You know, retrogression is not being stuck in one sin. It's like instead of making progress, or you are stuck in one position, you are actually going back, like repeating. That's retrogression, like repeating the phase you've already passed through. So is it, as a believer, is it possible to have retrogression if we stop praying, and if we also stop continue asking God in prayers for our desires? Is it possible for us to go back? Is it possible for us to have retrogression if we stop asking God in prayer for what we really want? If we stop holding on to God for what we believe He's going to do for us? If we stop asking, is it possible for us to have retrogression? Because it gets to a particular stage in your life, you feel like, oh, I've moved forward, I'm progressing, and all of a sudden you are like, oh, you don't see yourself moving forward anymore. It seems like you're stuck. And then before you know what's happening, you start thinking, oh, will I be able to make it now? I hope I'm not going back. I hope I'm not losing the income I already have. I hope I'm not going back to where I started from. Like you feel like, oh, because nobody wants to have retrogression. Nobody wants to go back to where they started from. Everybody's trying to keep moving forward. Nobody wants to go back to where they started from. It's never anyone's desire. So it gets to a stage, you start feeling like, is it possible to have retrogression if you stop praying? If you stop asking for God to intervene in your situation? Yes, it's possible. Because if you live just on, I don't need to pray anymore, I'll just chill because I've prayed and nothing is really happening, so I'm not praying anymore. I'm just going to live with the belief that God is going to do it at the right time. God is going to bless me when it's my time. In my time, God is going to bless me, and you just leave it at that. And you stop asking God for it every day by day, or like every now and then. You just stop because you said, okay, God is just going to do it in His time. If you're not careful, it's possible to miss your blessing even when it's your time. Because if you're not there to receive it, if you're not available, if you're not in the position of receiving, you know, when you're asking, you're actually putting yourself in the position of receiving. So if you're not in the position of receiving, it's possible to miss out and not even receive your blessing at all. So pray without ceasing. That's what the Bible says. Pray without ceasing. You don't have to stop praying. Pray until you get what you're asking God for. Because it's possible to actually not continue making progress if you stop praying. It's possible to actually retrogress if you stop praying. If you just stay reluctantly, nonchalantly, and stop praying and stop asking, come on, it's possible to miss out. So it's better for you to continue praying without ceasing, and until you receive. You only stop praying and asking and believing God for something until you've received that thing you asked for. If you've not received it, then you better buckle up and continue praying. Once you start having the feeling that, oh, I don't think I will make it, oh, this and that, thoughts are very powerful, and that's why you must do all that is in your power to control your thoughts. Because actually, if you think something and you pray towards something and you walk towards it, you would get it. So it's the same if you stop thinking positively and you start thinking negatively and you start letting yourself think you're going back to where you started from. Then it's very dangerous. You have to stop your negative thoughts, because thoughts are very powerful. So once you start noticing that one small thought want to start jumping in that is not good, start casting it, start canceling it, say it's not for you, it's not your portion, and continue holding God to his word and continue asking him. And also try not to mix up having to wait for God's blessing to you feeling like you're being denied of God's blessing, or you feeling like you are late for God's blessing. Don't mix up those two. Don't mix up your waiting period for God's blessing. Don't see your waiting period for God's blessing as you're being denied the blessing that you really needed at the moment. See it as a preparation phase, because getting into a party late does not mean you're not going to enjoy that party. If God blesses someone faster than you, it does not mean that he would not bless you. If your mates are getting married, it does not mean that you will not marry your own. If your mates are having kids, it does not mean that you would not have your own kids. My sister used to say something back then. She would be like, let everybody be getting married. At my own time, I'll get married. None of them are going to have my baby. I would be the one to have my baby. You get it? So the fact that you get to the party late does not mean that you won't enjoy the party. The fact that they are having their cars now, they're having their house, they are getting established and settled, does not mean that when you are established and settled, you won't enjoy your establishment. So everybody have their own time. Getting to the party late does not mean you won't enjoy it, guys. Or another scenario whereby everybody is going to the university, everybody is going for their masters, everybody is going to do their PhD, everybody is like the normal progress of life. You understand? And you feel, and you are still there struggling to get an admission, struggling to have a life partner, struggling to have a serious relationship. The fact that everybody get things does not mean that you won't get yours, and the fact that they are having fun and enjoying it now does not mean that you're not going to enjoy yours when you finally get it. Everybody's timing is different. When you get yours, you will still enjoy it. So waiting on God for him to bless you does not mean that you're waiting for so long will deny you of the pleasure you will get when you finally get blessed. You get it? Even when you are having a lot of challenges, just know that all your challenges are the ones you can handle, because he would never allow the ones you can't handle to before you. So just know that the phase you are, it's not going to stop you or deny you the happiness of your blessing when it finally arrives. In the Bible, Lazarus died. The fact that Lazarus died did not stop Jesus from bringing him back to life. God is never late. Everybody has their own time. And never let retrogressive thoughts overwhelm your positive thoughts. When you start having it, pray very well. Pray without season. Anywhere, you don't have to organize that long time fasting and prayer before you can pray. You can pray anytime. Pray without season. There is never a right time to pray. Every time is right to pray. The funny thing is, whenever you feel like you're not moving forward, like you're not making progress, or you're waiting for so long to receive something from God, if you look deep down, if you look around you very well, it's not like you're actually stuck and not making progress. You might be doing some other things around you that you think, it's part of it. Because just because you've not received that big thing does not mean that the little ones around you are not counting. You know? Because if you have the big things, you won't really know the value of the small things you need. And mind you, God always lets you have what you need. And not just what you want, what I want. No, God makes you have what you need at the right time. So the fact that you feel like, something has not clicked for you, does not mean that you're not actually enjoying God's goodness around you. Does not mean that you're not actually getting blessed one way or the other. You are actually getting blessed one way or the other in your waiting period. You just don't know it. You might know it and you might not know it. But believe me, one way or the other, when you feel like you're stuck as a Christian, you're actually getting blessed in your waiting period. So all you just need to do is keep being positive. Don't never give that retrogressive thoughts a chance in you. And believe me, if God does not bless you the way you want him to bless you, then he has a better plans and is going to bless you another way that you don't even expect. Because you can't predict God, and he does what he likes. He does what he feels like it's necessary and needed for you. It meets you at the point of your need. So enjoy the process and say no to retrogressive thoughts. Don't give it a chance. And be aware of what is happening around you. As well, act fast and pray. So that's it on exercising faith in the face of retrogressive thoughts. I hope you learned one at least or two things today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to you checking out the last video on this series, Deserving Christian. So just a peep into the 5th video coming up soon. I'm going to be talking about if it's okay to create room for a second option when you are having faith and believing God to give you first option. Letting you know if it's okay to have 2 options, to dabble around, and giving you a nice insight about what you should actually do when you are asking God for something and believing that it will come true for you on that particular request, and what you should do about putting your eggs in one basket or not putting it in one basket, or maybe we talk about it the next time. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're blessed. So if you are, share my video to anyone around you, and please kindly subscribe. Bye.